What's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are all having a great day. Before this video starts, I just want to give a little disclaimer that, I'm not one of those people that think, being natural and doing all this stuff is always the end all be all. Like, that's not the point of this video. The point is, like, exploring different ideas and the overuse of just medication and stuff like that. And just using it more of like a band-aid rather than trying to find the root cause to, an illness. But like, don't get me wrong, there's like, and I know all about it, trust me. There's medication that's life-saving. This people wouldn't be able to survive without. Like, that's just it is. But I think it's important to talk and have a conversation about the overuse of it, especially in the United States, in a lot of countries similar. But with that being said, let's get into it. The first thing I wanted to talk about was like ADHD and stuff like that. Just to continue with the point I made at the beginning, like, there's definitely time and a place for ADHD medication and similar medication, but I think, it more comes back to kids that are really, really young. These kids can't pay attention at school. They move, they get up and go around, and I just think that it's so sad. I don't know the full scope of it. I don't know how doctors are doing it, but I know a lot are. The parents think, they send their kids to the school tells them, oh, your kid can't settle at school. They're getting up and moving around, and, they take their kids to the doctors and like, oh, we have ADHD. Let's just give them, Adderall or this, and that. And the kids are 10, 11, 12, and it can even go younger. I know Adderall's not, in the guidelines for kids that are like 4, 5, 6, but there is similar medications you can give kids that are that young. And it's insane. And who knows what these medications are doing to kids, their minds, as they're developing that young. And you wonder why all these kids, when they're older, people when they even young people, but like young as in like people that are, I'm thinking like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, when they're older, all this mental health stuff. It's, what are these? You have these stimulants they're on since they were 10, and they're on it for 10 years, and these kids are crazy. And I know that's not all of it, but there's a good, it's just a theory of mine. I'm not saying I know all the answers. I'm just, like I said, trying to have a discussion here. And I know, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the stop recording button, but I think the point I was making before it stopped was, I know people that have benefited from ADHD medication, kind of going back to what the disclaimer I made at the beginning of the video. Like, there are cases where it works, a lot of cases actually, but why can't we explore, like I said, kids aren't meant to be cooped up in a classroom all day. And I'm also not one of those people that believe that, like, oh, you shouldn't, school's dumb and this, and that. Like, there's a lot of benefits from going to school. A lot of negatives as well, but there's still a lot of benefits. But, like, why? Like, at least when I went to school, like, when we got to middle school, like, recess was over. There was no going outside and doing that. Like, I think even in high school, there should be, like, at least, like, lunch, and you should be able to go outside for a half hour and, like, get your mind right. I can think, like, even in college when studying for like big exams and stuff, like, I would have to take 30-minute breaks every now and again just to go outside or do this or do that. Like, it's just part of it. I don't know. These teachers get like so mad and will call the parents, like, your kid sit still and this and that. And I'm not even blaming the teachers. Like, maybe they just don't even know. But, like, so a lot of people are just not educated on anything for that matter. But you can't even blame them. It's like, what could we do as a society to, like, make this more well known, more versed? Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. It's a very complex topic, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. I was just thinking about it, and that Yeah, it's really, the more you think about it, the more deep I think it can go. Which I don't want to go that deep in this video, but I just want to get the basic points across in that regard. And kind of going back to the ADHD thing, and I guess we could group anxiety in that. Like, I'm an anxious person. I get really bad anxiety sometimes, but you know, never once thought I needed medication for it. And I think a lot of these schools and stuff like that, they're like telling these kids, "Oh, you're just anxious, and maybe you need to go get anxiety medication," instead of trying to find the root cause for the anxiety. And that, like I said, there's a lot of people that probably need anxiety medication, but there's also a lot that get it and they don't need it because there was a simple fix to it in the first place. And I don't know if that's just the society we live in, where people don't want to face their fears and just want to be, you can cope and think that everything's all right, when in fact it's not. Uh, I don't know. That's, and they get this anxiety medication and it just numbs their emotions. And yeah, they don't care about their issue. And when they quit taking it, it just makes it 10 times worse. Um, but I don't know. Just something to think about, honestly. Uh, Something really, really to think about. Yeah, it's crazy. I think the point that, like, if I had to like stress a point, would be um to maybe, if you're like of age to where you can think for yourself and like make decisions, maybe try to root out why you're feeling a certain way, anxious, or you're just excited all the time and you think you need ADHD. Like, maybe you just need to go get outside and get exercise, or do this or do that, like, before you resort to jump into these medications. I think it would be very, very beneficial, um, something to do. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a denier of it. It does help people, a lot of people, but I think a lot of people just jump to the gun and get caught up in it, and then it might have long-term negative impact on our life. And I've seen cases of it in real life, um, people, and it sucks, and people suffer. Uh, but I don't know. I think people like take like pride and like they want to label themselves as like, I have ADHD, or I have this, or I have that, and it's like, why would you? Maybe maybe just are a really excited person, and like you just don't want to sit still and you want to actually do stuff. Like, have you ever thought of it in that way? Like, maybe you're just a really productive person, don't want to be sitting there doing stuff, and but now you get, you take this stuff and it makes you less just sit there and not move and this and that. Obviously there's a lot more to it, but that's the basics of it. Uh, but who knows? Honestly, I think it's a little bit of an epidemic going on right now in at least the United States. But who knows? I mean, I think a good analogy would be like, say you like hit your foot off a table, and obviously that hurts, but it doesn't hurt for that long. But as soon as you did it, you went and took like Advil or something. Like, okay, like, that was kind of, it's gonna hurt for like 30 seconds, but you took Advil to make that. Just no one does that. But let's say you like fell like 5 feet off the ground and hurt your shoulder or something. I don't know. Like, yeah, you're probably gonna take Advil or something because it's probably gonna hurt for days. But um, these people, they are at school and can't sit still. It's like, why don't you try to like actually let someone like go outside and get exercise or fresh air, and maybe you can sit still for the next 2 hours, because instead of just being bulked up there and not being able to move. And I don't know. That's just my opinion on the fact of the matter, but I don't even know what I'm doing. I was definitely looking for one of these purple things, the freaking amethyst stuff, and I ran into one down there earlier with a lush cave, so that was kind of cool. kind of exciting. I'll put these in there too. Get this a little bit organized, but yeah, this kind of, I don't want to talk about the topic anymore. This Minecraft world's actually coming a lot farther than I thought I was actually going to play it. I'm actually kind of having fun on it. Um, got the tower. I made like a little radio tower kind of looking thing here, which is kind of cool. Put Distant Horizons back on just because I want to see a little bit farther. And yeah, this world's just coming along. I really like the way it's going. I've been trying to light up this because I installed some mods, which made it just slightly harder with like mobs and stuff. So I kind of put little lighting around the area just to get stuff to not spawn is because it was bad. I was getting messed up. There's like 50 mobs that would just spawn all around. You couldn't even go outside. I would die. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video at that. Join Discord. We got a really good community. A lot of new people joining recently. We have a Minecraft server. We've let a lot of people in the server recently, so I used to say message me and your Minecraft name and join the server, but unfortunately we have to have an application process now. So join the server, ask for the application. We're kind of going to be slower and letting people in now just because it's getting kind of crowded. But yeah, it's really definitely, there's still obviously you can get in, but it's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, definitely join Discord. Really awesome, good community. If you made it this far, God bless you and have a great rest of your day.